Hey everyone, it's Alison Heikkila. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we are going to play with this adorable little piggy named Daisy. She is a press plate, part of the new collection from Justine Dvorak and Spellbinders called Justine's Farm. There are a number of press plates in this collection and they're all really sweet. You're going to see a bunch of projects on my blog, so make sure you head over there to check them out throughout the month. But we're going to play with Daisy today. I've been really excited to color her up. And I've got my BetterPress here. I'm going to place her into this piece. This is the base of it. And I've got one of the sentiments. There are 4 sentiments in this set. We're going to be using the one that says "So Happy for You," S-O-W, or "Sow Happy for You." So I'm going to be putting that in the plate in the BetterPress as well. Going to try and center it up like so. Now this is magnetic here, so the plate is going to stick really well. And now I have a piece of cotton cardstock. This is the type of cardstock that Spellbinders recommends that you use, but you can use other things. I use Bristol often. You can use watercolor paper. You can use plain cardstock. The biggest thing is that depending on what ink you use and how you plan on coloring your image, if you plan on coloring your image, and if you want an impression, because these plates leave I shouldn't say an impression, it's more of a depression, gets pushed into the paper or cardstock that you're using. If you want a good depression, then you want to use cotton cardstock, and I've had pretty good results with Bristol as well. If you don't really care about that, if you just want it to be smooth, then you can use something a little thinner that won't take that impression very well. But this is going to get taped as is, and then we're going to ink up our piggy with VersaFine Clair ink in Nocturne. You can obviously use any of the BetterPress color inks that are available. I only have the black. Oh, I moved my sentiment by mistake. But you can absolutely use whatever inks you've got. Experiment with them. I really love how the Clair inks work with the BetterPress plates. So if you've got those, you're golden. You can use distress inks, you can use other dye-based inks, they're going to work great. Just play around, see what works for you. I'm going to run this through my die cut machine and we'll take a look at our impression. Okay, let's lift this up. Look how cute that is. It's perfect. You can see, at least I hope you can see, how the ink is pushed in to the paper. Can you see that? I love it. I mean, you can really just leave it as is. It's just so cute like this. I think it's adorable. Okay, we're going to remove this. A lot of times when I'm working with my BetterPress, I'll make a few panels all at once just because I've taken the time to get it all set up. And it's so quick to stamp and restamp again that a lot of times I'll just do a bunch. But today we'll just do the one. We are going to start coloring Daisy in. I'm going to zoom in a bit so that we can see better. That looks pretty good. I'm going to put my magnet here so that I keep Daisy in the right spot. I've got my Zig Clean Color Real Brush pens today. I do really love using watercolor paints as opposed to a marker, but I feel like using these today. I haven't really gotten to play with them too much recently. Been doing a lot of die cutting and not as much coloring, so I really feel like coloring. So the first color I've got is light pink, and we're going to start by getting some color for the darker areas of Daisy. And then I'm going to show you what the next color is. I think I grabbed Pink Haze. Yeah, Pink Haze. We'll use Pink Haze to blend it out. This is a little bit brighter than I had wanted, but that's okay. We can blend it out with the Pink Haze. She's going to look so cute. I don't really work with farm animals very often, but I have to say I'm smitten over these press plates. I really am. They are just so precious. I honestly think I'm going to use them way more than I ever thought that I was going to, because, you know, I started off with the roosters and I had so much fun painting them. You'll see them on my blog. It was just great. you can make roosters and hens so many different colors. Like if you just do a quick Google search, there's so many fun ways to color them in. And that was really exciting for me. You don't have to be in love with farm animals per se to use these animals. I mean, the florals alone are beautiful. And then on top of it, you have these sweet creatures that are just so cute. I love them. I'm definitely going to be using them a lot. So we're just adding some shadow areas. I don't want to go too crazy with this. I just don't think that it's necessary because there's a sweetness about the simplicity of the drawings. They're not overworked and overdone. So I don't want to do too much and take away from that. But I do want to add the color. But again, if you're not somebody that wants to really color very often or color too much, like take the time to color, you certainly don't have to. You can just ink them up and be done because they're just sweet the way they are. And I think that these two colors alone are good enough. You can go in with a third color and really go to town. But I just, like I said, I want to keep things kind of simple today with this. And also experiment with your colors of inks. Don't just use black. I know that I used black today, but I used acorn with the cow, which again, you'll find on my blog. If not right now, then later in the month. And it came out so great. Acorn VersaFine Clair. I loved the color. It was so perfect for the cow. So definitely don't put yourself in a box and only use black. There's so many fun options. You can even go in with like a multicolor pad like Kaleidocolor, or even do it yourself by just adding different colors of inks, different distress inks, different Clair inks, whatever, to the plates. And you can get some really cool results that way too. We need to add a little bit of darkness around the snout. She's so cute, isn't she? She's so cute. Okay. The next time I do her, I think I will paint her because I like using different mediums. Okay, so she's really cute. We need to color in our flowers and foliage now. Now I have olive green and mid green, and we're going to color our foliage with that. This is really quick. We're just going to add a little bit of the olive green to the base of each leaf. And I like to work in sections. I don't like to do all of them at once. I find that the zigs dry really quickly on this paper. And I don't get as nice of a blend as I do on Bristol. I find that the ink color is soaking into the paper quicker. Not necessarily a bad thing, it's just I don't get as good of a blend. So I do prefer to use Bristol with these markers still, but you can get some nice effects anyway. So I like to work in sections, like I said, and just get some of the darker color in the leaf first, and then I'll smooth it out a bit with the lighter mid-green. And you can, of course, use any colors you want for this. I'm just going with some tried and true combinations here. I'm trying to figure out what colors I want to do the flowers, and I'm thinking that I want to go with like a yellow. I think that that might be really nice. It'll look good with the pink of the pig. Just going to finish up this foliage and then we'll move on to the flowers. Moving on to the flowers, I have yellow and bright yellow. I also grabbed Scarlet Red. We might use that too. I'm not really sure yet if I want some more depth. So I'm just going to go in with the bright yellow and go about halfway up the petals. And then I'll take yellow and just blend them together and finish it off. I'm not going over the bright yellow completely just where they meet. That's cute. I think we'll use the Scarlet in the middle. So same thing again, I'm just going to quickly color in about halfway up the petals. And then I'll take the yellow and just finish it off. And now I've got the Scarlet Red. And I'm just going to add that to the middle like so. And now I think we need some purple. So I'm going to get Lilac. Oh, this color is getting a little dry. That's okay. And I'm just going to quickly color in these little flowers. They could be berries, they could be tiny flowers, they can be more foliage, they could be whatever you want, depending on the color. Whatever works for you. We don't even need to add a second color to it. What we do need is a little bit of color in Daisy's eyes. So I have Haze Blue here, and I'm just going to add a little bit of that to the top and the bottom of the whites of the eyes. There we go. That's cute. She's a little brighter than I wanted her to be, but still totally adorable. And I think that I want to trim her down. We're going to trim her down. I grabbed the Hemstitch Rectangles die set. I love this die set. And I don't think that we're going to use the actual Hemstitch. This is just to cut a rectangle. The Hemstitch is separate, so you don't have to use them. I think we're going to just use this one to cut this out. I think that that's cute. And then don't get rid of this excess cotton cardstock. This stuff isn't cheap. You can totally use this for a sentiment or two. So I'm going to run this through my die cut machine, and then we'll have a smaller panel to work with. We're all cut out now. That is so cute. And I grabbed some pattern paper. This is Carta's Botanical Garden. And I was thumbing through this, and I found, where is it? This one. And I thought it was really pretty with the pig. But I want to add a little something extra to the panel with the pig. So I'm going to tear this out carefully. Okay. Isn't that cute? But it really needs something else. So we're going to add a little bit of shaded lilac to the outer edge of this panel. Now you want to keep in mind that Distress inks and zigs are water reactive. So we have to be careful. Then they also react with each other. So we have to be careful that we don't go into the colored area too much so that it doesn't make the zigs react. There's a little bit of residual other purple on here. I'm not exactly sure what, but it's fine. You'll get mostly shaded lilac on here. But this is just adding to it. And again, with the dies that we use, the Hemstitch Rectangle, it really has a nice extra little border that's impressed into the cardstock. And I think that that looks really nice too, because inking the edge here highlights that a bit. And now I think it really works well with that paper. And it fills in this areas a little bit. You know, I didn't like how empty this was here. And now it looks better. Okay, so now we need to figure out, do we want to make this a full card front? Or do we want to have our typical white border that I usually have? I don't know. I think I want to do a full panel. A full 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Let me cut that down. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Zooming out. Getting my little tonic paper trimmer here. Four 1/4. 5 1/2. And then we've got our card base. kind of like the idea of having it kind of crooked. I don't know, I think it adds to the sweetness a little bit. You can do it straight on, but I don't know, there's something playful about it if you have it off kilter. Do you do that? I like to do that. I've done that with a bunch of these BetterPress panels that I've made lately. I need a refill of this glue. You know, straight on is fine, but again, it adds a little bit of whimsy when you have it a little crooked. And I like to have multiple layers kind of off kilter like that. I think it's fun. I don't know. All right. I don't even think that we really need to add any sequins or anything like that to this. I think that it's fine just the way it is. That's cute. There's our card, you guys. Isn't that fun? And we're using some pattern paper, which always makes me happy because I have so much. So cute. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Be sure to check out my whole BetterPress playlist. And I will be back very soon with another card project. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Be well, stay safe. Peace out.